Are you struggling to turn up and do your writing? If that's the case, let's just transform that today with the tarot cards. Hi, I'm Selina. I'm a fiction book coach, a tarot reader, and an author of paranormal romance and horror. And I've been exactly where you are. In fact, I often am there as I write my stories. Sometimes something's not working, the plot isn't working, or the characters are not coming together the way I had hoped. Or I just feel a sense of I cannot seem to show up today to do my writing. When that happens, I like to connect with my own inner wisdom and my insight through the tarot cards. Now, you may or may not be somebody who reads tarot, but there are universal symbols and wisdom and archetypes that are in the tarot that can help you to tell yourself a little story that might just help you to write forward today. In this video, we're going to explore 3 questions that you can use with your tarot to help provide clarity on what the challenge is for you showing up to write today, what the underlying fear or belief might be for the writing challenge, for maybe not turning up at that point, and then asking the cards how you can overcome that challenge and move forward with confidence to write your story or just to turn up and put words down on the page. I have the Buffy the Vampire Slayer tarot set here today. It's my new set. When I get a new set, I make sure that I smudge them with sage and I put them to my heart and I close my eyes and take a deep breath and I ask them to attune to my energy, and I tend to knock on them 3 times to get the energy out, I guess, and reconnect with the cards at that time. What stops us from showing up to do our writing? Well, sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's overwhelm. We've got too many things that we want to write at the same time. Sometimes we have too many subplots coming along in the story at the time. And sometimes we just are not in the right space for writing as well, or there is something underneath that is subconsciously blocking us from moving forward and turning up to do the writing. Now, you might have a plot hole that's not quite filling itself out. You might have a character flaw that you're still struggling to understand. I mean, writing a novel or a story can be quite complex. And in a way, the tarot can help you to cut through that and find some answers in order for you to think through and journal on that so that you can get your own wisdom, because I believe that we all have our own wisdom inside of us and we can tap into the answers that are right for us and our story. What we're going to do is get our tarot pack together and we're going to give it a good shuffle. So shuffle it so you've got your energy on it for the day. You might want to call in some guidance and protection, or however you connect with that which is greater than ourselves, or I'll leave it up to you. That's your jam, not mine. So we're going to shuffle the tarot cards, and as we do, the first question that we're going to ask the tarot cards is, what is the main challenge or obstacle preventing me from showing up to write my story today? Now, you can just pick. If you have one jump out at you, that might be the card that's for you. It might be the one at the top. It might be one at the bottom. It might be somewhere in between. It's you who needs to decide where you're going to pick the card from. Because this is not fortune telling. This is you using your intuition to tell you where the right card is from. I tend to take the one at the top. So this one, we have Death, which is the guys from the Hush episode where they stole everybody's voices. So Death is a major arcana card and it means transformation and change. So if we think about the question, what is the main challenge or obstacle preventing me from showing up to write my story, is there could be a reluctance to transform and change, a reluctance to being heard and seen, because these guys in this particular one have taken somebody's voice away. And death is a new beginning. And when we step into our writing personas, that can be quite frightening, because in a way we're exposing a part of ourselves that's vulnerability. So that could be the main challenge. The main challenge could be that I feel vulnerable when I write. I don't want people to criticize what I've written. But these are all obstacles. These are challenges that we need to overcome. And it can be a subconscious fear. So something right underneath. So you don't see these guys. These guys kind of go around unseen within Sunnydale in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. When you're writing, thinking about what does it symbolically mean? What does death mean to me? And how can I use that to transform so that I can show up today to write? So that might be the card number one. Card number two. The next question we're going to ask is, what underlying fear or belief may be contributing to my hesitation to write today? And this is the card I've pulled, which is the Three of Chalices. The Three of Chalices has two vampire slayers together with another body, and it's a group of people working together to accomplish something. So maybe it's that you need support, and part of the belief is that I don't have enough, or I don't know enough community to help me to write, or I feel very alone right now, or what if people don't like what I've written? What if I don't succeed? And so this is what fear does, is it's kind of like veils itself around us, and we don't show up because it's easier not to have written and not be criticized than it is to show up, write, and potentially be criticized. But there are readers out there who are going to want what you've got to share with them. The third question today that we're going to go through is, how can I overcome this challenge that you've picked in these two tarot cards and move forward with my writing and develop a sense of confidence? So how can I overcome this challenge and move forward with my writing confidence? Now, several cards actually just jumped out of the pack for me. So this might actually be for me. I've got the Queen of Stakes and the Page of Chalices. Now, these two cards it's about the Queen of Stakes. So stakes are like wands. So it's creativity, spirituality, it's movement forward, it's passion, and having some compassion, because she's the queen, for my own ability to turn up and do the writing, or my ability to be the writer I want to be. So it's about believing in yourself and having some more confidence. And sometimes it's about just taking that step forward and knowing that you've got the passion and the compassion that you need for yourself to make it happen. Then the Page of Chalices is about relationships, love, communication, water emotions, and it's about energy of new ideas and stepping into a new sense of being in the world. And he has the fish there, which is the new ideas. So the way that you can overcome this challenge right now is to think about how far you've already come. Like, what have you already achieved? And think about the joy that it currently brings you and all of the care that you are putting into creating your own creative career. So when I have those cards all together, I then tend to look at them as a group and look at the story across the cards. The story goes from death to Two of Chalices to the Queen of Stakes and the Page of Chalices. So there's two lots of emotions going on in this situation. There is a passion for creativity going on in this situation. So overall, the reading is telling me that by overcoming my fears to turn up and be seen, I can actually slay those inner fears and move forward to where I want to be as a writer. But the only way to do that is to face my fear of being seen by showing up and doing the work. And that in turn, because I'm consciously thinking about it now, it's bringing up the information from the subconscious part of myself. I'm now starting to see opportunities where I can go, okay, actually, I'm not going to let the fear hold me back and stop me from writing, because there are people out there who are going to want this story and they're going to love this story. And I may need to learn some more skills along the way, but I am going to show up and put words on the page today. I would love to know what your experiences are with the tarot, and also if you've used tarot with writing, or if this has sparked anything for you, write it in the comments or let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this video, do subscribe to Selina Shapland Empowered Words and A Sense of Wonder, the podcast channel. Please like this video. Please share it with your other writing friends and those who are open to the tarot. And if you're interested in following me, you can find me on Substack, Weaving Words into Stories for Genre Fiction Writers, where you can subscribe to that e-newsletter, and I'll be running some group workshops where we can do writing sprints and pull a tarot card within the group and try to understand what it says in relation to each of us individually. Also, we have the A Sense of Wonder, the podcast, out on Apple and Spotify and on here. And of course, you can find me on empoweredwords.com.au. So if you found this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button. And let's keep this conversation going in the comments. What was your biggest writing challenge? Did you have a go at the tarot to help you overcome any challenges? And what insights did you have? And one more thing before I go, the tarot can help you go beyond the brain, what we think we know about our stories or about why we're not showing up for ourselves. Being creative can be very vulnerable, and I believe that if you just allow yourself some time to pull a card, look at the image, feel what it makes you feel, and then maybe write some journaling notes down around those questions that we've asked. And remember that every writer has a unique writing voice and a unique story. And you are doing a disservice to your readers if you continue to avoid doing your writing because of fear. Don't let fear hold you back. Keep turning up. Keep writing. You've got this. Unleash your creativity today. Okay, until next time, thanks for watching. See you.